Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the last day of this week. 5 minutes to just help us to build some spiritual impetus and growth in our lives. I've just got a very simple message this morning. We're going into a weekend where it will be the third anniversary of the fire at Grenfell Tower, where 72 lives were taken. Grenfell Tower's just half a mile away from our church, Notting Hill Community Church. We literally used to live around the corner to it for several years. I know the area incredibly well. Know a lot of people in the area. Know people, families that I know who were in the tower during the fire. It's something that has hit the area in an incredible way. There are disasters, there are all sorts of natural disasters, all sorts of disasters we've seen, but rarely do you get one that just touches one community. Not many, I'm just trying to think, probably 20 years ago or so, there was a train crash not far, again just on the edge of North Kensington there, but people came from all over the place that were on the trains. The thing about Grenfell was that it's one community impacted, but not just them. When you look at the tower block, when you see pictures of it, and I still, when I'm in the area, don't like to look at the tower. Just don't. I tend to avert my eyes without subconsciously. I just don't want to look at it because of what it speaks to. But the people living in the area couldn't not do anything else but see it. Children looking out of their windows and families and watching it burn and knowing people who are in there. When you begin to consider that, you begin to see some of the impact of it. Apart from people being displaced, housing being a problem, all those kind of other issues that are there, you begin to see how complex it is. I sat through podcasts of the first inquiry. The second one has been put on hold because of COVID-19, and that will continue as soon as that can. But the first one lasted over 100 days, and I think you can still get the BBC podcast. They did some great podcasts at the end of every day. Over 100 of them sat through, but there is so much to go through. There's so many questions. There's so many issues. What I'd love you to do is this weekend, and it's in the early hours of Sunday morning, that with the anniversary event, I may be down there in the area with people. I'm not quite sure yet, just talking with people whether they want me to be there or not. Churches are keeping it very low key. We're local community trying to keep it very low key. We just pray it doesn't get hijacked by others, and that's out of respect of the survivors and their families of the victims and the local people. Very simply, pray for them. Pray for them. Pray too for those who've been traumatised. The first responders who are there, many of those will have been traumatised. Many church leaders and people who were really taking the brunt of it for days and weeks are very much affected and hurt by it. And it's taken a toll on many people's lives. Just pray for everybody. Let your prayers be quite wide. We're called to pray. We're called to lift one another up and to pray for the world. But if we want to see change, I guess there might be some changes at the end of the inquiry, etc. But the real change, and the change I ask you to pray for particularly, is that people will come to know Christ. This is what Jesus says: I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live even after dying. We know that we're all going to die. Somebody said there are two things in life that are certain: taxes and death. And we know but it's the thing that we're the least prepared for. And I just want to pray that, well, I ask you to pray for the people that will come to know Christ, that through this, through all that's gone on, through the tragedy, that they will come to know Christ, and that those who are surviving, those who are there, will know what it is to know the resurrection life of Christ in them. Because I believe, yeah, great to see society change, but I don't think Jesus came to change the world, because he spoke about the new world. There's a new heaven, there's a new earth to come. He spoke about the change in people's lives. He spoke about connecting them to God. Now, of course, when that happens, the communities, lives, families change. The world perhaps changes, but Jesus got a bigger picture, and that is that people will know him. He came to bring life, and life in all its fullness. He came that we might have eternal life. So pray for people. Pray that they'll get to know Christ. Many have been impacted by Christians and their response and their love and their care. And I just want to pray that turns into salvation. So join with me this weekend in praying for the salvation of many people in the area. Bless you. Have a great day, whatever you're up to, and may God keep you and richly bless you and strengthen you. And I look forward to catching up with you again on Monday at 9 o'clock.